Hey there, everybody. So, this Kawasaki Teryx 4 has a V-twin engine in it, right? I think that when it comes to power sports toys, a twin-cylinder engine sounds the best. You know, the single-cylinder ATVs that we've had for years and years and years, they don't really sound all that great. That Wildcat XX that I had was a triple-cylinder engine. It sounded like a chainsaw going through the woods, just kind of a really high-pitched, annoying, buzzy kind of noise. I think these V-twins, I mean, it's just awesome the way they sound. And it really makes it a lot more fun when you're riding one of these things to get in and out of the throttle when you've got that awesome sound coming from them. Unfortunately, Kawasaki and most manufacturers really try to bottle these things up from the factory and keep them as quiet as they can. I guess there's some people out there that appreciate silence and quiet, but a lot of us don't. Anyhow, they have certain regulations and criteria that they're trying to meet with their engineering, so they put really good mufflers on these things to quiet them down on purpose. So I was looking for a way to fix that and to make this thing sound like it should sound, since it's a toy after all. And, you know, there's lots of slip-on muffler kits out there on the market. You can take this whole muffler assembly out. You go up front there at the front of the muffler and unbolt it and take this whole thing out and just replace it with a new muffler that you slip on, hence the term slip-on muffler. The problem with that is they all are very expensive. They start at about $450 and go up from there. And I think that's just crazy. You know, why is something as simple as a muffler $450 or $500? That's just insane. So I was kind of reluctant to go that way. But some guys on the forums tipped me off to this product that I had never heard of before. There's a company out there called Whiskey Bent Motorsports. And what they do is they take this factory tip and baffle out of the rear of the muffler and they replace it with just a straight through piece of pipe. And they also increase the diameter of the pipe a little bit. It's much, much less expensive than buying a full slip-on muffler, and it accomplishes the same thing. It gives you a good sound from the machine, opens up the airflow, a little bit more power, might even save a couple of drops of fuel if you're riding all day. And like I said, the main thing is it just sounds really good. So I decided to try that option, and I'm going to show you today what it looks like and what it sounds like. First of all, obviously it's all still stock, so let's start this thing up and see what it sounds like in stock form. It's always hard to get good sound clips, but I'll do the best I can. Gonna take the microphone and leave it laying back here. All right, so like I was saying, another great thing about this kit is how easy it is to install. So I'll show you this, but first let's remove the old tip. So you're going to need a couple of tools. You're going to have a ratchet with a 10mm socket, and then you're also going to need a 5mm hex head or Allen, whatever you want to call it, to install the new parts. They do give you some new hardware, and well, here, I'll go ahead and show you what this looks like. So here's the new Whiskey Bent Motorsports tip. You can see how much bigger it is. It is a lot bigger, so it's going to allow a lot more flow out the rear. And it's made out of a nice stainless steel, so it should last a long time. Now, some of the places that we ride are operated by U.S. Forest Service, so they have an optional spark arrestor that you can purchase that goes in between the muffler and the tip. So I went ahead and got that. That way, like I said, if we ride somewhere that requires a spark arrestor, I can easily pop this in and I'll be legal and good to go. But for today, I'm not going to bother installing that part right now. So 10 millimeter, I'll go ahead and take these bolts out, break them off for you here. They're a little bit tight. They must have had some blue Loctite or something in there to keep that from coming loose. I don't know. But anyway, this is basically what you would do if, let's say, you were going to go in here and you were going to clean the factory spark arrestor. This is basically the process that you would use. Now that I'm working on this, I kind of wish I had grabbed a little extension. Would have made it easier to get to these bolts, because the way the tip sticks out kind of interferes a little bit with swinging your ratchet. There we go. Now we're cooking. This is what I should have done to start with, and I can just run them right out. I'm going to hang on to all these little factory 10 mil bolts. Just in case. So that's pretty much all there is to that. Now we're going to slide this out. And you can kind of see what the deal is here. It's got some smoke coming off of it where I just revved it up. But you've got this spark arrestor screen around here. And you can see, I mean, that's closed up on the end. Okay, so you can kind of see visually how that is, that it would restrict the airflow a little bit. See that? Because the air has to come in from around here and then travel down that smaller section of pipe. So yeah, I mean, it does kind of look restrictive. So anyway, I'll set that aside. And then the new whiskey bent part. Yep, it'll literally just bolt right on there. Now, this is a 45 degree. You can get this in a 90 degree if you want. I thought the 45 degree would be even less restrictive and let the air have an even easier path out. So I got the 45 degree, but they offer both. So let me pop this on with the included hardware. Easy peasy. One of the simplest jobs you'll do on a UTV. They also make these for ATVs. And then we'll see what this sounds like. Be right back. All right. It's all bolted up and installed. And while I was installing this, I had a little bit of an epiphany. And you're probably thinking, duh. I wonder why you really need this tip at all. You know, once I pulled out that factory section, that's a little bit of a baffle / spark arrestor screen, and got that out of the way, you know, I realized looking inside the muffler there that, you know, why do you really need this tip at all? I guess there's a little bit of an advantage to it, because it would do a little bit to keep water and mud and so forth from splashing up into the muffler. You know what I mean? So I guess there's a little bit of an advantage there. Anyway, let's see what it sounds like. I'm going to take the microphone and lay the microphone in the exact same spot over here. And let's try it out. So my thoughts on it, well, it sounds a little bit deeper. It's not quite as loud as I thought that it might be, but it's definitely got a little bit of a deeper tone to it. It's not obnoxious. It's not going to wake up the neighbors or anything, but it does sound a little bit deeper, and it has a little bit more volume too. So take it out in the woods and see what it sounds like when we're ripping through the trails. But, you know, for the price, maybe not a bad product. And since it's stainless, it should last a long time. We'll see. But anyhow, that's a look at the Whiskey Bent Motorsports exhaust tip. Again, this is for the Teryx 4, but you can get these for a lot of different machines on their website. So go check them out. We'll talk to you later.